This is a club with a big history. Everybody expects Man United to return to the winning periods and the magical periods, and it's very, very hard. It's very hard because sometimes the expectations, they don't have a relation with the reality.
Manchester United maintain their lengthy unbeaten home run, but it is a 12th draw in the Premier League, and that is not good enough to breach the top four.
But we've gone now to a crucial period of the season where we can get or no into a Champions League position, which would be important for the club and would be important also for the development of the team.
Yeah, what's the main objective? Is it to come in the top four or to win the Europa League?
I think win the Europa League is more important than the top four. Why? Because give us the same as the top four, which is a Champions League spot for the next season, plus a trophy. And finish fourth or third is not a trophy, just give you the spot for the Champions League.
When we talk about top four and stuff like that, can you somewhere understand the supporters who feel like, that those shouldn't be the goals for a big club like Manchester United, that you should aim higher?
Yeah, Chelsea also, Liverpool also, Man City also, Arsenal also. Everybody the same. But there are only 4 positions and we are 6. There is only 1 position for the champion, so 5 are not going to be champion.
It's Rooney's cross, it's in the head of it! You write the headline, he'll tell the story!
Worth his weight in goals!
He's football royalty, and he's ruling his Old Trafford empire again!
Speaking of Zlatan, what was your expectations when you brought him here?
This is what I was expecting. No surprise for me. Normally you have surprises with players that you don't know. When you work with players previously, you know what you get. So I got exactly the same player that I had in Inter a few years ago, even with more maturity, even with more sensibility, more a leader than an individual. Very good, we are really happy.
Do people put too much focus on his age?
But what you want to do? Maldini, Zanetti, they were phenomenal with 39 years old. Buffon is playing Champions League with, I think, 40 years old. Zlatan is 35, Michael Carrick is 35. Depends on the players, depends on their DNA, depends on their mentality, depends on their personality, But I think it's always better to go for performance analyze than look to the passport.
How much do you want to see him here next season, and how's the talks going?
I want him to do what he wants. That's what I want. If he wants to leave, that's what I want. I want him to be happy. I want him to have what he deserves. A guy with this career, he deserves to choose his future. I cannot be selfish and say you have to be here at any cost. He did amazing all his career. He did so well and is doing so well for us. I think he has to stay if he's happy to stay, if he's convinced that is the best for him, if he thinks that is better for him and for his family, to give a different direction to his career and to his life, so be it.
How often do you talk about this?
I don't.
You never bring up the subject of...
No. He knows the way I am, he knows the way I feel, he knows that I want him to stay, but he also knows that I never, in any circumstance, I like a player to stay with the team when the player is not convinced totally. That's why he left Inter to go to Barcelona. We didn't put in front of the door. So it was his decision to go. It was a challenge that he really wants to have. So me as a manager and Mr. Moratti at that time, We understood that we couldn't stop, and that's the way I feel always about the players. You stay if you want to stay.
How crucial will that Champions League spot be, you think, for his decision?
I don't know. I really don't know. I just think he cannot have a bigger motivation than play an European Cup final in Stockholm.
Why do you think you haven't been able to push for the title this season? I mean, if you like just one or two things.
Because other clubs were better than us.
And what do you need to improve?
Time and players.
If we talk about players, there's another player, a Swedish player who played for Benfica, Victor Lindelöf. A lot of speculations about him this winter. How close was he to join the club?
I don't know.
Do you know him?
Of course I know. I know every player that plays in Portugal.
Are you impressed by him?
Yeah, good boy.
I remember when you came back to Chelsea, you finished third that season, but then you won the league. We had like the same scenario in Real. You won the league the second year. Is that what we can expect to be the formula for you?
I think we can expect us to be better, because it's a natural evolution of things. The first year normally is a year of work and ambition to try to win things, but it's a year of analyze and get to know the players and the club and the reality and change and decide and try not to make mistakes in the buys and in the sales and in the needs. So normally the second season gives you better conditions to succeed.